Support for WUWM podcast comes from Hop Harvest and Vine and Good Harvest Market in Milwaukee, part of One Destination, combining farm-to-table dining, local craft beers, and organic groceries under one roof. More at goodharvestmarket.com.
Lake Effect brings you conversations about what's happening in Milwaukee and the people, places, and organizations that shape our community. This is Lake Effect Spotlight from WUWM, Milwaukee's NPR.
Last month, a 1,000-year flood devastated the Milwaukee area. At least 2 people died, and the flooding caused over $52 million in damages. Last week, the federal government approved FEMA assistance, which will provide financial relief to residents in 3 counties who were impacted by the flooding. Erren Streeter is a FEMA media relations specialist. She joins WUWM's Jimmy Gutierrez to outline how residents can apply for assistance and what to expect from the process.
Can you start by walking me through the process of how someone does apply for help? Where do people begin?
Well, if you live in any of the 3 counties that were declared, which is Waukesha, Milwaukee, and Washington, and you suffer loss because of the storms in August, I recommend you to get in contact with us. There's different ways to do it. The easiest one is calling 1-800-621-3362. We're available to talk to you. There's also people that speak Spanish. It's a multilingual line. So if you know of somebody that needs assistance and maybe English is not their first language, once you call this hotline from FEMA, somebody will start taking your basic information. What do we need? Well, we need your name and we need the address of where you suffer this loss. And if you're staying somewhere else because you can't go back to your house due to the damage that was caused, we're also going to need the address. We're going to need an email if you have one, or definitely a phone number where we can be in contact with you. One of the things that we recommend is that you also have an inventory ready of everything that you lost due to the storms, the damage. If you had to replace items, we recommend that you save the receipt. If you have the receipts, have them available for us. If you have house insurance, we ask you to contact them first so we can see what's the result of that. FEMA cannot duplicate efforts. What I mean is if you already receive money from your insurance, your homeowner insurance, we cannot duplicate the money that you already received. But if you have insurance and you're not getting any help, please come and talk to us. If you don't have insurance, please come and talk to us. And also, this is not just for homeowners, but it's also for renters, Jimmy.
So we're talking to renters, we're talking to people who have and haven't already filed a claim with their homeowners insurance, people who have and haven't already talked with you. A question that I've been getting, and I think a lot of people are also curious about when you talk about the inventory, is what is and what isn't covered by FEMA?
Well, definitely, we are concerned about your water heating system. Since the winter is coming, we want to make sure that your furnace is working. We also, anything that was lost, for example, if your car was damaged and it's the only car that you have and then you need that for work, FEMA can help you with that. If you had any medical expenses due to the storm, we can help you with that. If you have any dental expenses due to the storm, like let's say you fell down and you hurt yourself and you had to go either to the doctor or to the dentist, FEMA can help you with that. What else is important in the house? If you had damage to your property, for example, if you lost the uniforms from your kids that go to school, if you lost anything that they needed for school, that's also something that you can ask for help to be replaced. Washer, fridge, anything that is considered a priority for you to continue having the life that you need. If your floor was damaged, if you need to repair and make sure that there's no mold in your house, anything related to the storm, you should apply and come and talk to us.
This was a pretty thorough list that you just rattled off there, and some big household items and costly items. Is there a maximum amount that's payable to residents? And also, is there an income limit that applies to applicants as well?
Sure. The assistance that FEMA gives is not based on income. So it has nothing to do with the income that you bring home. And it is also a grant, so you don't have to pay taxes on this. Is an assistance that FEMA gives because of the disaster, because of what you had to go through, and FEMA understands that. So it is a grant. It's money that is It's been given to you to use for these repairs or to replace these items that were damaged. Each case is different. Some people maybe just have little damage, and somebody else had their furnace damaged, their water heater, their vehicle damaged. So it is by case. That's why each time somebody will go and apply for assistance, you are given a specific number to your application. This way we can follow up with you and see what are your specific needs.
I think something else that people are going to think about, as this is still top of mind, is when is the deadline to get their application into FEMA?
The deadline at this moment is November 12th. So there is plenty of time, but we're asking everyone not to wait until the last minute. The phone lines are available. FEMA app is very easy to use. You can download it. It's free to download. It's also in Spanish. You can go to disasterassistance.gov. You can also go to FEMA.gov if you want more information about FEMA. And like I say, we're looking forward in just a matter of a few days to open these recovery centers in different areas close to the community, where they can go and either follow up on their application if they already started the application online or on the phone. And with any follow-up questions, we're here to support Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Waukesha, and Washington County during this difficult moment. We know that the disaster that you go through is the most difficult one that you will live through. So we're here to assist you and to answer any questions. The most important thing, Jimmy, is for them to start this process.
Following up on that, we've got 2 months here for folks to get this application in and start the process. What is the timeline that residents can expect to hear back about their claim and the potential payouts?
Everything depends also in the person that is looking for this assistance. If they apply and they have everything ready, if they have homeowner insurance and they already contact them, that will make it a lot faster. If not, we ask you to please contact them so we can have a reply for them. If you already have your estimates of how much it's going to be to replace your furnace, if it was damaged, that will be helpful. Or if you already replaced it and you have the receipt already, that will be so much more helpful. It's by case, but sometimes it can be a quick turnaround of 5 to 7 business days. It's hard for me to say exactly because it's by case, but the more prepared you are, the faster will it be.
Okay, got it. So the more information that you have, the more front loading of the work that residents do before they get their application into you, the smoother the process should be. I guess my last question is there anything else that you think it's important for residents to know or expect with this process who this kind of experience is relatively new or brand new to so many people?
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Jimmy. Well, the number one thing is that if they have any questions, if they're not sure if they qualify, any questions, please talk to us. Call our FEMA number, 1-800-621-3362. Please, any questions that they might have, we're ready to assist. We have the answers that you might be looking for. So don't hesitate. And the number 2 is that if you know somebody, a neighbor or somebody you know, and they went through this damage or had damage due to the storms of August, and they don't know anything about FEMA, and they don't know that they can have some assistance to replace maybe their water heater. We all have sometimes neighbors who are seniors, and maybe they don't listen to the news or they're not sure of what's happening. So if we have a community that is very caring, like they are here in Wisconsin, we ask you to help us share this message. They can just give them our phone number and they can call us or share this interview. I appreciate it, Jimmy. Thank you so much for the time. And like I say, the number one thing is if you have questions, come and talk to us. Get your paperwork ready if you have home insurance. If you don't, then just come and apply it. And remember, it's not just for homeowners. It's also if you're renting, and especially if you don't have a place to live. FEMA can help you with assistance.
That was FEMA Media Relations Specialist Erren Streeter, speaking with WUWM's Jimmy Gutierrez. You can find more information on how to apply for FEMA assistance at our website, WUWM.com.
You can find more interviews like this one by visiting WUWM.com/Lake Effect. And while you're there, subscribe to the Lake Effect Spotlight podcast.
It's rare to find a podcast that can actually change your life. But when the show's called Life Kit, that's kind of the whole point. I'm Mariel Segarra. 3 times a week on the Life Kit podcast, we guide you through a topic we could all use help with, from personal development to healthy living to managing your dinero, with takeaways so you can start living what you learn right away. Escucha el Life Kit podcast from NPR.